You slept 8 hours last night, maybe even 9. And yet, right now, you feel like you could go back to bed without a second thought. You're not sick. You didn't stay up late. You did everything right. So why does your body still feel like it's moving through wet cement? Here's the thing, this isn't laziness. It's not a character flaw. And it's definitely not in your head. There is a very real, very specific reason this keeps happening to you. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your mornings the same way again. Think about the last time you woke up and actually felt good, really good, energized, ready. For most people, they have to think pretty hard to remember that moment. Because for a lot of us, waking up exhausted has become so normal that we've just accepted it as part of life. We joke about needing coffee to be human. We laugh about hating mornings. But underneath all of that, there's a quiet frustration, a feeling of, why is this so hard? Why do I keep waking up tired no matter what I do? You set your alarm with good intentions. You went to bed at a decent hour. You even put your phone down earlier than usual. And still, when that alarm goes off, something in your body just refuses to cooperate. You feel groggy, heavy, unmotivated, like sleep didn't actually do anything for you. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. So let's talk about what's actually going on inside your brain and body when this happens. Most people think sleep is simple. You close your eyes, your body rests, you wake up refreshed. But sleep is not one single thing. It's a cycle, and your body moves through different stages of that cycle several times throughout the night. There's light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep, which is the stage where you dream. Here's where it gets interesting. Each of these stages does something different for you. Deep sleep is where your body physically recovers muscles repair, your immune system works, your brain clears out waste products that build up during the day. REM sleep is where your brain processes emotions and consolidates memories. Now, the problem is not how long you sleep. The problem is where in your sleep cycle your alarm wakes you up. Imagine your sleep cycle as a wave. It rises and falls throughout the night. If your alarm goes off when you're at the very bottom of that wave, deep in a stage of heavy sleep, your brain has to slam on the brakes and drag itself to the surface. That feeling of being yanked out of sleep when you weren't ready, scientists actually have a name for it. It's called sleep inertia, and it can last anywhere from 20 minutes to over an hour, depending on the person. Sleep inertia is basically your brain saying, hey, we weren't done yet. And until it fully transitions into wakefulness, you feel foggy, slow, and completely unmotivated. There's another big player here, and it's something called adenosine. Throughout the day, as your brain works and your body moves, it produces this chemical called adenosine. Think of it like a fatigue signal. But if your sleep is fragmented, shallow, or constantly interrupted, even by things you don't consciously notice, like noise or light or a slightly uncomfortable temperature, your body never fully flushes the adenosine out. And then there's cortisol. Your body is supposed to produce a burst of cortisol in the early morning. This is what naturally wakes you up and makes you feel alert. But chronic stress, poor sleep quality, and irregular schedules can throw this rhythm completely off. Think about a Sunday morning. You have nowhere to be, no alarm, you wake up when your body is ready, you lie there for a minute, stretch, and slowly come to life. Now think about a Monday morning, alarm goes off at 6:30, you were in the middle of a dream. You hit snooze twice, which actually makes things worse because your brain starts a new sleep cycle it can't finish. Here's another one. Think about the last time you were on vacation and had a few days with no set schedule. After a couple of days, most people notice something shifts. They start waking up feeling more rested, even if they're not sleeping more hours. And one more thing about the difference between a night where you fall asleep easily and sleep straight through until morning versus a night where you're woken up by a noise. or you have a weird dream that leaves you unsettled, or you check your phone at 2 in the morning. Even if the total hours are the same, the quality of those 2 nights is completely different. Quality matters just as much as quantity, sometimes more. So, what can you actually do about this? The first thing, and this is simpler than it sounds, is to try to wake up at the same time every single day. Yes, even on weekends. Your brain has an internal clock called the circadian rhythm. When you wake up at wildly different times on different days, it's like flying to a different time zone twice a week. Your body never fully adjusts. The second thing is to pay attention to your last 30 minutes before bed. Not just whether you're on your phone, but what kind of mental state you're bringing into sleep. Stress, unresolved thoughts, and anxious thinking don't just disappear when you close your eyes. They continue to affect the quality of your sleep, pulling you into lighter stages and interrupting the deep restorative sleep your brain needs. Even 5 minutes of writing down your thoughts, or simply sitting quietly before bed, can shift your nervous system into a calmer state that leads to noticeably better sleep quality. These aren't dramatic changes, but they work with your biology instead of against it, and that difference is huge. Here's the thing that I want you to take away from all of this. Feeling exhausted after a full night's sleep is not a personal failure, it's a signal. Your body is telling you something about the quality of your rest, the rhythm of your schedule, or the state of your nervous system, and signals can be listened to. You are not lazy, you are not weak, you are just someone who hasn't been given the full picture of how sleep actually works, and now you have it. So here's the question I want to leave you with. If you woke up tomorrow with no alarm, no obligations, and nowhere to be, what time do you think your body would naturally wake up? And how different is that from when you actually have to get up every day? Think about that gap, because that gap might be telling you everything. If this made you think about your own sleep differently, hit subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from, and it just might change how you understand yourself.